when we're focused on the short term, short-sighted, we often focus on tactics. Like tactics are the day-to-day operations, things that we can manipulate or adjust or do that's going to provide immediate feedback. Like we can implement a tactic that's going to either work or not work. It is the day-to-day, hand-to-hand combat. Tactics, short-term, short-sighted, immediate. Strategy is the long-term. Strategy is the vision. Strategy is the North Star. And when we focus on strategy, we then do things day to day, week to week, month to month, even year to year, that is going to facilitate the strategy that we're trying to achieve. So to play the long game, focus on the strategy, focus on the vision, focus on the North Star, as opposed to the hand-to-hand, day-to-day tactics. Playing the long game requires patience. It requires endurance. I love the word endurance, not just because I run daily and I have running goals and I love running, but I love the word endurance because you don't build endurance overnight. You don't build endurance immediately. You don't build endurance with tactics. You build endurance through strategy over a long period of time, consistent work, day in and day out. Playing the long game requires endurance. And there's this thing that we should aim for and towards called delayed gratification. I'm sure everyone's heard of delayed gratification at one point or another. But it's what can we do to hold off for the success that we're going to achieve? And I think of it as a spring. And the more, like, say you have this spring, and the more you delay the gratification, this spring condenses a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter. And the more consistent work that you put in, the more this spring compresses, where eventually, when it's ready to actually release, the power from that spring is so much greater because you delayed the gratification of releasing it earlier on. It has bigger, greater impact and reward. I was listening to this podcast the other day. I can't remember what podcast it was, but they were talking about this study in terms of delayed gratification, and it used kids in this study. And there was a correlation they measured between the success of the study and the success of the kids as they grew and got older. And in the study, they presented all these kids with a marshmallow. And they said, you can either eat the marshmallow right now, or if you wait 10 minutes, we'll give you a second marshmallow. Some of the kids ate the marshmallow right away. They just wanted the marshmallow. Some of the kids looked further into the future and had some delayed gratification. They said, okay, I'm going to wait 10 minutes so I can get 2 marshmallows. When the 10 minutes was up, these kids were presented with an opportunity. You can eat the 2 marshmallows now, or you can wait an additional 15 minutes. I'm paraphrasing, but same concepts. Wait another 15 minutes and we'll give you 2 more marshmallows. So after 25 minutes total, you'll have 4 marshmallows. Some of the kids couldn't wait. They ate the 2 marshmallows. Some waited to get the 4. And this experiment went on for a few rounds. And what they found through correlation was that the kids who had delayed gratification and were able to hold off from eating the marshmallows to acquire more marshmallows over time ended up being more focused, more successful in life, personally and professionally. I don't know how exactly it was measured, but that's like the overarching theme of the study. Delayed gratification works, but you have to play the long game. And playing the long game is creating a vision, having a North Star of where you want to go, and that vision is built through strategy, and not losing sight of your values or being tempted by false promises throughout that experience, throughout that journey. You need to apply endurance to that strategy to have the result and reward of delayed gratification. And the longer you play the game, the easier it is for you to maintain those values. Delayed gratification for a lot of people is hard. Playing the long game for a lot of people is hard. But again, it's a muscle that if you practice and implement and really try to just work towards, that muscle becomes stronger. It adapts, and you can hold off from eating that marshmallow. You can hold off from going and having that cheat meal. You can hold off on eliminating or ignoring your values based off of the short-term gain, and you can experience the long-term reward because you've strengthened that muscle. Play the long game. Play the long game.